a junior, pure math major. Okay, so today we're going to talk about my mathematical background, the mathematical courses I've taken at A&T so far, my favorite and my hardest courses, post-grad plans, and my capstone research topic. So we're going to talk about my background first. For starters, I've always been in an advanced math class. Math has been the one subject, the only subject that I have loved since I was a kid. In 5th grade, I was taking 6th grade math. I would go upstairs with the 6th graders because my school was K through 8. And I would take math with the 6th graders. In 7th grade, I would take math with the 8th graders. In 8th grade, my high school was K through 12. We had different buildings, but they were all within like 5 minutes of each other. My middle school principal advocated for me and another student to go and take classes at the high school since we had already taken the 8th grade classes our 7th grade year. So every day during our math class, my principal drove us over to the high school. We went, took geometry. She came and picked us up, and then we finished our 8th grade courses.
Can you start with where you're from so we can have a context of this?
Oh, I'm from Detroit. Sorry, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm sorry.
This is not making sense though. I don't know about y'all, but
I'm sorry.
It sounded a little bit like me, but I'm from New York. And I was like, that don't sound like a North Carolina.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I went to all public schools until my middle school year. That was a charter school. I think which is why she was so adamant about getting us over to the high school and taking those courses instead of retaking what we had already took. So I love her for that. She made me love math even more. Even my math teacher advocated for us, so feeling that I had people behind my back in a subject that most people don't like or recognize, that felt great for me. So since I did take geometry in 8th grade, when I got to high school, I'm like, Mom, what am I gonna take? So I did have the option of testing out of geometry and going straight into algebra 2, but me and my grandfather had a talk. My high school that I went to was one of the top 5 schools in the city. We had over 3,000 students total. So he wanted me to retake the geometry course because one, since I already took it, that would be like a for sure A on my report card. And granted that I went from a charter school when we had 25 students max per class to going to high school when I had 40 and 45 students. So he's like, I might not get that much attention anymore, so I might as well just retake it, and it may be some stuff that I didn't learn at my other school that I would learn in high school. So in 9th grade, I did take geometry over, loved my geometry teacher. I still talk to her to this day. That's my girl. So then in 10th grade, I took algebra 2. In 11th grade, I took pre-calculus, and then in 12th grade, I took honors calculus 1. And then I went to community college, only for a semester, stopped, took a 2-year break, went back to school at Wayne State, which is a university in Detroit. Went there for a year, COVID happened. I learned very quickly that I am not an online learner. I have to physically be in class. So I completely stopped school until classes got back into in-person. Then I decided I didn't want to go to a PWI anymore. I wanted to be at an HBCU, so I came to A&T. I originally came as an electrical engineering major. Before I came to A&T, I didn't know what options were out there for me as a math degree major. So to me, the only thing if you were in math is teaching, and I knew for a fact I did not want to teach. And of course, you know, that's typical, but I knew I didn't want to teach. I tried to help my friends in high school. It didn't work. It comes easy to me, so I feel like it should come easy to everyone else. I don't know how to really explain it any other way. So I knew off the bat teaching was at the bottom of my list. But my first semester here was spring 2022. I had 3 electrical engineering classes. I hated 2 of them. I dropped them immediately. It was so boring. I couldn't stay focused, so I changed my major. I went back to my one true love, mathematics. I said, you know what? I may only think it's teaching, but there could be more out there for me. So I did mathematics in my first semester as a pure math is what I am, a pure math major. I took Math 105, which I'll talk about, and it helped introduce me to other careers that were for us math majors. Yeah, let's go to the next one. We're going to talk about the courses I've taken so far, which is all these lovely courses. I've taken Math 132. I started at Calc 2. I love derivatives. I love differentiation. I love integration, which integration at first made me a little scared until I realized it's just differentiating backwards. So then it made me love that. Math 105, they taught us how to study. It was a freshman course. Campus resources in our curriculum guide overview. Math 215, which is latex editing, research ethics, and annotating notes. Math 231, which was calculus 3, so we learned about the plane curves and polar coordinates in multiple integrals. Math 106, which is reviewing of reasoning and problem solving skills for mastering key concepts. Math 140, we're going to put a star there. We'll talk about that later. But it was programming in Python. Math 211, developing proofs. Math 224, which was introduction to statistics and probability. Math 240, which was problem solving through programming in MATLAB. Math 341, again, love that because I love differential equations. Math 351, which is introduction to linear algebra. It felt nice to get back to algebra because I'm one too who loves algebra. And then Math 411, which is abstract algebra, and it taught us about groups, rings, and the correlations. So we're gonna go to my favorite and my hardest courses. Okay, Math 132, which it could be Math 231 as well. Any calculus I love differentiating, I love the limits, integrals, that was my thing. Math 105, again, it introduced me to those careers, so it helped me realize that teaching isn't the only career that I can go into. And it taught me that even with my math degree, it opens a lot of doors for other potentials as in medical school, law school, because that's something I didn't know. I didn't know that with a math degree, you're kind of open to a lot of options. And then again, so since I took so many breaks from school, I took the 2 years when I got out of high school, and then I went back for a year, and then I took another year and a half off before I came to A&T. So it was really good to review those concepts that I haven't learned or remembered in 5 years. And then Math 341 involved the differentiating, and then it felt good to be back to those numbers because I had been taking so many critical thinking courses, the 211 and the freshman course, you know, it wasn't really too much problem solving. I miss when it takes a whole sheet of paper to get one answer. It just felt so good when you get to the end and you got that answer, you know, like I miss that. And then those hard courses, 211, it was only hard because I wasn't detailed. One, I wasn't detailed enough. In my mind, I was thinking steps, but I wasn't writing them down. Instead of over-explaining, I was under-explaining because to me, my professor's reading it, you know what I mean, but I had to understand that I have to pretend that she doesn't know anything in order for me to prove what I'm doing. And then of course it was more writing than problem solving, so immediately that scared me. Math 224, I'm not a fan of data collecting or statistics, so I kind of just pushed through that class. And then 411, abstract algebra. To be honest, the only reason it was hard is because my study habits had really pivoted down in a bad way last semester, and I stopped asking questions, which I'm one, especially in math, I will ask questions if I don't understand anything. I'll ask 5 questions if I need to during class or out of class, and I wasn't doing that anymore. I found myself being more frustrated, and when I got frustrated, I kind of shut down and I didn't want to I don't want to say I didn't want to learn it, but I didn't care anymore. You know, I just shut down, like, okay, whatever. And then we would get to another topic, but I'm still behind another topic. So I feel like if I would have taken it with better study habits and went to office hours how I normally would, I would have done way better in that class. Okay, so I have a quick icebreaker. Every so often, every 3 months on Twitter, you get a pimp dad's problem. And everyone's on there arguing, oh, it's this and oh, it's that. And I just sit back and laugh because it's so easy. And if you just know pimp dads, and if you follow parentheses, no exponents, multiplication, then addition, you'll understand, you know? So I get a lot of giggles out of that when I see this circulating because I feel like if anything, people should know pimp dads. That's one of the first concepts we learn, and it's one of the easiest because it literally tells you the order to go, and people still don't do it. So I thought that was a fun little thing to add in there for us. And then my post-grad plans. Number 1, travel. I will not be going immediately to graduate school. I would like to travel the world. I am still young. I would like to do all the traveling I can before I get down into my career, which I'm not saying my career is gonna suck the fun out of me, but I would rather have fun before I get down straight to business and incorporate that fun. So I'm definitely gonna travel. In graduate school, I'll say I'll wait. I want to give myself 2, maybe 3 years to explore the world, explore me, life after college. I've been attempting to get my degree for, when I graduate, it'll be 8 years now, maybe 9. So I need a break from school. Even though I had the breaks in between, I just want to refine myself, find out what I like, because we'll get to the, here, I'm not really still even sure how I want to use my degree. So I feel like me traveling, learning myself a little more, learning what it is that I do want to do, that'll help me with graduate school and my careers. But possibilities, because I did like Maths 240, which was programming, I kind of want to see what C++ is like, and maybe for graduate school, I'll go for computer science. And I don't mind being an actuary either because that's more towards the financing and banking side. So I'm okay with that too, but nothing's set in stone. I'm hoping during this semester's career fair, I can get an internship somewhere that'll help me narrow it down even more because I'm still not 100% sure. Honestly, those 2 options could change. I'm an up and down person. Things change. Something I say tomorrow could be definitely different. Something I say today can definitely be different tomorrow. And then I can go to the next one. My capstone research topic. These are my 3 different ideas. I would like to go back to the problem solving. I don't want anything to do with proving anything. I wouldn't even mind going back to regular basic algebra. My top one is calculus because, again, I love differentiating. It's one of my favorite things. I put geometry on the list because this is one of my least favorite subjects in math, so why not do a research on it? It may help me like it even more. So those are my 3 ideas. For my research topic, again, I'm a junior, pure math major. I am hoping to graduate December, but May 2025 is my graduation date. Thank you.
This was kind of cut off, so just going to the research topic